Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Raphael, so please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. As you exhale, come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with luck is on your side. Group number 2 in the center with expect powerful change. And group 3 on the right with surrender to the divine. As always, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box if you'd like to meditate with me, or if you'd like a one-on-one, those are listed in the description box below. The meditation retreat is at the top and it's yours forever, so you always have access to the meditation collection. If you would like a personal with me, those are not only open right now, but they're discounted throughout the holiday season, so from November until January if you're interested. Don't forget to like, comment, and especially subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram for more. I've got exclusive content here on my members channel and on Patreon, and I'll see you over there. Namaste. Hi, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I have a message for you from Archangel Raphael, and you selected the first group with luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Group number 1, when I say luck is on your side, there's probably an aspect of you that is like, oh my God, thank God, please, I really need it. And there's another part of you that's probably like, oh, really? Where? And that is how you know this is your reading. Archangel Raphael would like to let you know that you have, I'm getting cleansed out all the energy that you can. We're talking dead battery. We're talking you let your phone die before you plop it on the charger again because it's better for the battery health. We're looking at an energy where you might feel depleted. You might even feel like you've hit rock bottom, but you also feel like this is giving you more freedom, more wiggle room. I'm kind of getting a vibe of, well, if it doesn't matter if I'm doing everything right, why don't I just do what I want instead? And there's an aha moment here. Now, Archangel Raphael wants to let you know that you have healing, freedom, and good vibes coming your way. Now, there's an emphasis here that you are looking at with healing and also kind of wanting to get something over with. You feel like you've hit the nail on the head, you have hit the bullseye, and I'm getting that you've already succeeded. Like, you've already hit the bullseye, you've already hit the nail on the head, you know that you can, you know that you did, so then why isn't the picture staying on the wall? You've already hit the bullseye, so why isn't the point being accounted for on the scoreboard? There's something like this. Archangel Raphael wants to let you know that you might feel a little bit like, as you are releasing so much energy, all of the karma and the weird energies that you're going through aren't yours, and you're kind of exhausted. And this is seen, this is known, this is loved. And with the luck on your side energy and the 6 of Wands, the Page of Swords, well, the message here is that you are about to reach some sort of success that is going to make it all up to you, okay? But you're also, in essence, teaching by example, as you often do. You can always see it in hindsight, but sometimes when you're walking through it, it feels a little bit, well, really, is this necessary? Archangel Raphael would like for you to know that things can only be healed if they're broken. And you, group number 1, are not broken. However, that doesn't mean that life is not challenging sometimes. You have closed many cycles, many chapters that did not belong to you. And with that being the case, you have also noticed that you feel as though your growth has been stunted, or your freedom or your ability to perhaps reach for those high heights. I'm getting, for some of you, it's your ability to maybe get a higher education. Maybe it's been impacted by a bad choice that your friend made, or by your family's financial situation. There's an energy of perhaps you maybe arriving somewhere late because you trusted somebody to give you a ride, and because they were late, you were late, and then it ended up having consequences for you. This is you dealing with karma that's ancestral karma. You don't need to learn the lessons, you just need to go through the motions, and it's annoying because maybe you're living life on hard mode, but it's also on beginner mode. It's like beginner mode to your soul, but life is just hard for you. There's like this vibe here of this, these counteracting points. It's like a really high and a really low that coexist. Other than that, it's crickets. And so Archangel Raphael wants to tell you that this First of all, this chapter, which you might not see as a chapter because it might have lasted a very long time, this era is coming to a close. You're walking away from it. And it's not because you needed to learn, it's because you needed to wait for, I'm getting something in the air. You know that phrase, and they're like, oh, I'll have what they're having, or there must be something in the air over here, or geez, what's in the water? It's like you were waiting for something. It's giving timing wise. But it's not anything that you could have, would have, should have done. I'm also getting you might be having tight shoulders, collarbones, like the base of your neck. Your shoulders are where we hold your shoulds, right? And under the shoulder blades is where your inner child is. If you work with angelic energy, which we do have Archangel Raphael coming through here, so I wouldn't be surprised. This is also where energetically you can store your wings, if that's a practice, an energy practice that you are connected with. As you unfold energies in your shoulders, you'll find that you break free from the mold of what you should do, that you are more connected with your inner child, that you kind of excavate a little bit more in there, and also that you are more free to fly. I'm hearing the song Ready to Run by the Chicks, formerly Dixie Chicks. Now, I'm hearing that phrase, you've had it up to here. And the message here for you is that you've got a new beginning here, but in the new beginnings are new moons. The energy waxes into a full moon, and that's like the apex of energy. But in the new beginning, it's also when there's the least amount of energy. It's also when you're exhausted. I don't know if any of you are channelers out there, but you ever notice when you are absolutely beat, when you are dead, when you're exhausted, your connection to spirit is almost a little bit stronger because you're putting up less of a fight on the 3D grounded front. Now, that's not tried and true for everyone all the time, everywhere, every day. But there's a little bit of this vibe of this here, asking for divine surrender, not because you're not actively in it, but because it's a little bit more nourishing to charge your phone battery to 100% when it's died. You're not trying to keep your phone from reaching 20%. You're not trying to keep it at a certain threshold. Letting it die all the way is healthy for the phone battery. And letting yourself cleanse your energy all the way. We're not talking tower moments. We're not talking big, huge, catastrophic life changes that upheave everything. But we are talking drained. We are talking absolutely dead. We are talking maybe people pressing your boundaries and you are so exhausted energetically that even those energy vampires, there's nothing for them to take. So maybe you're around them and you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this with you today, right? But this is in and of itself not only an act of rebellion, but it's an act of freedom. And it is as you almost on autopilot a little bit, almost haphazardly create these new boundaries, create this new paradigm, you allow one more layer of authenticity to shine through, become embodied, become practiced by you, and then become normalized for you. I'm being shown the word abundance specifically. I'm also being shown those books, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Group 1, you have a story to tell. I'm also getting that you're a very strong, powerful healer. The things that you would do for others are perhaps maybe things that you can do for yourself, you don't get to do for others in certain ways. And there are things that you do for others that you don't get to do for yourself, because maybe there's only so much time for one or the other. The energy of healing here. You can't fix something that's not broken, but you can let your battery die and come back to life. You can't fix something that's not broken, but you can lean into that burnout a little bit, come out of survival mode, rest, sleep. It doesn't happen overnight. You know, it's not a quick 10-hour snooze that's going to fix months or years of burnout. It's not overnight you get over the ending of a relationship. It's not overnight that you're monthly cycle gets rebalanced, right? Things take time. They take love, they take intention, they take patience. And this is not something that you have a lack of. But as you navigate this, as you know, you lead by example. As you know, you've got your own back the way that it's meant to be, at least in this era thus far. But there's also a missing piece. The missing piece is the luck on your side? When's the luck going to be on your side? It's connected to this lucky energy. And I'm hearing that Britney Spears song, Lucky. And so there's this question here of, you know what's going on, and you are aware that you are on the right track. You know that you're loved and supported. You know that there's simultaneously something to heal and nothing to heal. There's something here that is not your responsibility, so you're the one that has to heal it. And there's something here that is your responsibility, therefore it's fully out of your control. And so there's a missing piece here. And it is, how do I break this? How do I close this? Why is this occurring? Where to from here? And believe it or not, you know how we said, when you are at your wit's end, you might be a little less patient. Now, patience is a virtue. We're all out here trying to be the best versions of ourselves, right? Sometimes the best version of you is putting up a boundary. Sometimes the best version of you is telling someone to cut the crap. And that's not saying that kindness is not important. It's not saying that we shouldn't be delivering messages kindly. It's not saying that we shouldn't be empathetic and understanding and unconditionally loving. But it is saying that your luck comes from the awareness that certain things aren't going to slide anymore. But coexisting with that unconditional love, that universal, divine, unconditional love and gratitude and beautiful, wonderful energies, that healer, that heals self and heals others and repeats. Recuperates from all the work you're out in the field doing, heals self, heals others, repeat. It's beautiful. But there's a certain point, in order to bridge from healing others to giving self time to recuperate, there's got to be a day, there's got to be a time, there's got to be a letter, there's got to be a boundary. Okay, well, I'm going to retreat back to my space now. Or, okay, well, this conversation's coming to a close if you're going to be behaving like this. Or, you know what, I'm not putting up with this. So, the missing piece here that is intertwined with your luck, and you feel it and you know it, but you resist it, which you know, is you actually opening up the door to letting it be okay to maybe whine a little bit. To complain, to whine, to acknowledge. When we are born, the first thing that we do is we cry. It is a basic human instinct. It is our most important instinct. When baby turtles are born, their first instinct is to find water. When other animals are born, their most important instinct is the first one that they have access to too, the one that is not taught by anyone. What they know to do in order to help them be protected, to be safe, to survive, and later on to thrive. For us, when we're born, we cry. We whine. We whimper. And so, connecting with that energy of should, inner child, responsibilities that aren't your own, therefore for some reason they're all on your plate. Things that are your responsibility that for some reason you simply do not have access to. Your healing and healing of others lies in your ability to look at something that is wrong, and instead of trying to find understanding, because you have it, you're not deleting the understanding, you're not deleting the love, is actually to, with that, allow yourself to say, Absolutely not. Maybe you were raised in a home, in a family, in an environment where your needs weren't met, where you were not allowed to cry when you were sad, or maybe yell if you get hurt, or if you're upset, or you're angry, right? And if something in your life simply won't do, you're being encouraged to not try to walk around it in circles. See, well, maybe it's for a reason. It is, right? And we're telling you the reason, okay? It's not to find, well, this is the way that it must be, and therefore I must be better at understanding it. I must be even more patient. I must deal with it even more. I must grow even more because this person refuses to grow. So I have to grow into the version of me that is appropriate, and then the version of me that's not even putting it on my radar that this person's mistreating me, right? Actually, Group 1, Archangel Raphael wants to tell you that luck is on your side. If you're drained, if you're feeling like you're at rock bottom, if you are a little tired, a little cranky outburst, a good cry, a whine, even a couple middle fingers might be exactly what the doctor ordered. And it's not telling you to be low vibe. It's not telling you to not be who you want to be. But it's saying that so many things in your life. We have a phrase where I live, which I know everyone doesn't have, but a lot of people have their own version of this phrase. Okay, so, but if you give someone an inch, then they will take a mile from you. There's another saying, if you give someone a hand, they'll take your whole arm. And you've been giving limb after limb after limb, mile after mile after mile, to the point where your definition of an inch might be a mile, to the point where your definition of a hand might be an arm. And so for that reason, Archangel Raphael wants to tell you, luck is on your side. Learn to say no. Group number 1, that is your channeled message from Archangel Raphael. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I do have a meditation retreat. It's a collection of 21 guided meditations that's yours forever. That's the first link in the description box if you're interested. One-on-ones are available at this point in time. They're on my spiritual shop on Etsy, and I've got a discount going on my shop and personals during the holiday season. It's my little way of giving back. Please subscribe to my channel, drop a comment, and like if that resonates with you. I post exclusively on exclusive content on Patreon and on a different platform also here on YouTube members. So I've got 3 actually different subscriber exclusive platforms going on, one here on YouTube, one on Patreon, one on TikTok, and they're all different. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram if you're so inclined. If you want to join my donation-based book club, it is donation $1 a month if you want. Right now we're reading The Power of Now. Our next meeting is December 7th, so I'm excited about that. I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Raphael. And you selected the second group with the Expect Powerful Change card. And as I was sitting down to record your group, Group 2, I heard, oh, thank God it's Group 2. Like, this is the reason that Archangel Raphael wanted to create this video for you. Now, of course, the other messages are great and meant for other people who have this guide. But this is the message that really wanted to come forth with the Expect Powerful Change, the new moon eclipse energy. Group number 2, there's something in your life where you feel like the, you could say the nonsense, the difficulties, the challenges, it can just be a lot of energies in general. They don't necessarily have to be difficult or negative, but there's energy that is waning out here, coming back to 0 point. And do expect powerful change in the next waning season of life. However, you might also be finding certain energies that are kind of popping up, like deeper layers coming up that are processing. And you might be thinking, well, I've already gone through this. I've already experienced this. I've already cleansed this. I've already purged this. And yes, you have. But it's also kind of, say that you have an injury, right? The injury might heal itself. And then there's some scar tissue. And so you want to go in and you want to dissolve, like maybe massage out, or however you're managing it. You want to get rid of the scar tissue. And then with the scar tissue, you kind of want to make sure that the energy is flowing well. You want to take care of the fascia. You want to give that space energetic love. And as you're doing that, you might have little things coming up as things unravel for the last and final time. That's also where the core wound would be. For example, not limited to, of course, the energetic seed that created a ripple effect, that created the idea of the circumstance that you were led into, that caused you to step into something, that caused you to get injured, right? So it's like that energetic seed. And so you're going to find that is what's being excavated. That is what's cleansing out. And if you feel like you're a few steps behind right now, if you feel like you got bamboozled, or if you feel like maybe your timeline isn't as fast as others, or you feel like you've worked so hard to push forward and right now things are just moving backwards, it's normal to feel that way, but that is not reminiscent of what's happening. Do expect powerful change. This is a large period of growth, transformation, and actually forward progress in your life. Sometimes when we are moving forward, it feels like we're on a treadmill, but sometimes it feels like we're moving forward, but we're actually on a treadmill. And so you are progressing, you are moving forward. Do expect powerful change. There are things that are going to occur. There are things that are occurring energetically, and a little bit more than that. I'm being shown like the fascia and the tissue kind of energies that are trying to physically manifest. And it's not trying like you need to do everything right or else they're not going to land. It's that they're materializing, they're taking their sweet, sweet time. They will show up, they will arrive. You are almost in the waning, you are almost finished with the waning energy. You're hitting that change. You're hitting that plot twist energy and that cleansing, that energetic seed out. And you're about to hit that waxing period. And so as you do, things are going to be brighter and they're going to be more fun. But if you're feeling a little bit, for example, melancholy, or you're feeling a little bit left behind, maybe you're having difficult situations in life that are maybe not that big of a deal, but maybe they cut a little deeper to you. It's normal. And it is not you being behind. It's not you making bad decisions. As you can feel, it's energetic, and it's not just because Earth is a school and you need to be stronger, and so we're going to put you through these trials and tribulations. No, that's first of all, very toxic mindset. Also, it's not fully true. It can be, but there are layers to that. And also, you are hitting a huge period of change, shift ahead. So Archangel Raphael wants to come through with this message and remind you, Group 2, you deserve love. You're not falling behind. I'm hearing the song Falling Behind by Leve. Everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind. So there's a bit of this awareness, a lot of change in your life, but also notice how Leve's songs, they're about things that don't work out, right? She's been doing music her entire life. I would call her a prodigy. I don't know if you know about her story, but she's in the schools. She's going to the music schools that are difficult to get into. She's absolutely killing the game at a very young age for a very long time before she was even on the map, as far as my awareness of her is concerned. And this whole time she's dealing with trials and tribulations in love. This whole time she's feeling like she's behind all of the rest of her friends, but her friends that she was around are like, they cannot hold a candle to her success. And it's not to compare people personally because I don't know them and everyone's got their own journey, but that feeling that you have, it's normal, but it's also reminiscent of being made for something bigger, being meant for something bigger. You know, they say when your path is harder, it's because your calling is higher. And I do think equal parts, personally, that is true, but also that can be a toxic mindset to hold on to, because if things are difficult, then there's almost this awareness that, oh, maybe I deserve that, or it's for a good reason, and we kind of start to maybe have unhealthy patterns. So the way that we deal with it, the way that we manage, is important here. So Archangel Raphael wants to let you know that, yes, the things that are occurring, specifically the smaller connective points, maybe if you've been connecting with people a little bit more casually, like having more conversations with friends, or starting to have conversations with strangers, or reaching out to people, maybe adding, commenting more on social media, whatever it is, like micro interactions, having a bit more of these. These are like, there are a lot of, you might feel like soulmate, friend of your soul, right? Energies that are coming through. There's a lot of spiritual growth and awakening that's occurring here. But you're also aware, though, that you are too evolved for the old paradigm, but you're also aware that something hasn't quite clicked yet for the new one. Now, you might feel like you are ready for it in growth. You've learned enough. You've cleansed the things out that you need to cleanse out. You've healed, released, ascended, right? But there's something here about going back to trace your steps. There's something here about excavating like that energetic seed, that energetic blueprint. There's something here about maybe a retrograde, or perhaps acknowledging here that it could just be an issue of timing, right? Timing, or a transit, or specific collection of energies that need to be put together that are bigger than just you. Because certain people need to be, like, some people need to know each other, and they need to be in a certain place, and that certain place needs to have experienced this particular event, and that particular event needed to have impacted this person, so that when they step into your life and you're already in this particular mindset, that's what attracts them. And then because of that, you're able to start a business together, and because you are sitting there in front of a piece of litter, then you start a business that cleans up litter. I don't know, I'm just spitballing, but all of these different parts need to occur for that one moment to pass. And so there's definitely an energy of this. And so Archangel Raphael wants to come and bring in, like, I'm hearing healing is exactly what you need, but it's probably the opposite of what you want, because I'm getting that for a lot of you. You're not used to allowing yourself to feel stuff. It might feel like a luxury, and it's not that you are repressing or suppressing or refraining even. It might just be that you are kind of over it a bit, where you might notice that it takes a little bit more intentionality for you to sit down and cry. You might notice that you're so aware that you have different options, that emotionally you're like, well, I feel these conflicting emotions at the same time, and all of them are valid. So why don't we choose to draw our awareness towards what we want to grow? Why don't we choose to detach and sit down and meditate and do the work and call it a day, right? It's not giving avoidant, it's giving almost hyper responsible, like hyper independence, but maybe in like a spiritual or like a healing alchemical kind of vibe. And so there's this reminder. I'm being shown someone like almost a little kid, but it's more like an inner child, laying their head down on a pillow at night and going to fall asleep, and this golden angelic light of Archangel Raphael coming and creating almost this little bubble of gold, like happy light around your head, and giving you a little kiss on the forehead, and singing you a lullaby, and telling you a story, and rocking you to sleep, all while you are dealing with the events of the day, your adult life, the responsibilities, the difficulties, the good, the bad, the responsibilities you have to think about. And there is this like core center that Archangel Raphael is very much a part of here. This might have been a guide for you as a child. There's a message of family, of your family loving you, or of Archangel Raphael feeling like a family to you. I'm hearing that Archangel Raphael sees you as one of his own. An angel who loves, who heals, who protects, who guides. But even Archangel Raphael has someone to look up to. Even Archangel Raphael has a hug when it's needed. Even Archangel Raphael has guidance to receive. And so it's very much the same here for you. There's a message here of learning that you are not alone, even when you are. I'm hearing that song, Peter Pan Was Right. I guess Peter Pan was right, growing up's a wasted time. This one. There's this question of, so where to next? Where to next? I'm being shown that you have been, maybe you've heard something recently or a few things recently that kind of got your hopes, like made you get your hopes up a little bit or caused you to feel down. I'm also hearing, oh child, things are gonna get easier. Which is a good message. Ultimately, there's something that I'm hearing, you're playing the long game, like you started first and you'll be there last. But let's look at this in a perspective of immortality. This is how Archangel Raphael is portraying this energy. There's something here where you're feeling down. You were there first and you'll be there last, but it feels like the journey in between, it's not really fruitful or it's not really worth it. It's perhaps making you down. It might be your place in someone's life, your role as a healer, your role as a supporter. It could be in a particular area of life that you've been struggling with recently and it feels not fair. The comparison here is with immortality. If you're walking the earth for thousands of years, you will see several eras come to pass. You will see the lightest of light, the darkest of shadows. You will see wars, and you will see love, and you will see so many different things that occur. I'm hearing the days are long, but the years are short. And there's almost this impartiality that can come from being in this energy, because you come to understand that things are more relative. You come to understand that all things come to pass. I'm hearing All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. And so the message here for you is that if you're experiencing some burdens, lay them down. And it's easier said than done, right? So it's not saying that it's your responsibility or your fault, because that mindset is not helpful and it's not indicative of reality or truth. But it is saying that you're not alone. Give this to Archangel Raphael and watch him hold it for you. Watch him. I'm being shown, like, take it out of your hands, give you a kiss on the forehead, put it down on your behalf, give you a nice hug, rock you to sleep, surround you in gold light, and tuck you in, give you a good dream with a kiss on the forehead. And this is spiritual, it's energetic, it's also emotional. But that's exactly where the imprint of your experience is coming from right now. And it's not that you need to be extraordinarily precise about what you think or the emotions that you feel, because otherwise they will manifest, because that's a lesson that you needed to learn. That might be a chapter that you walked through. But you are closing out a waning cycle. You're coming to a new moon. Things are going to shift. They're going to shift softly but drastically. Softly but drastically, meaning it won't hit you like a ton of bricks, but things will change greatly. But it will be gentle with you this time. I'm hearing that Adele song, Easy on Me, a lot of music in this pile. Go easy on me, baby. You might have been asking for intervention, for love, for support, or just asking the universe, can you please just cut me some slack, please? Asking for help with your burdens. And Archangel Raphael is saying, I'm here. I heard you. I love you. I might not be the one that you called in. I might not be the one that's right in the front of your mind, but I'm here. I'm the one that showed up for you. Because I'm the one that's the best equipped to do this in the way that you deserve. And that's softly, that's lovingly, that's gently. It's also permanently. I keep being shown someone being put to sleep, like with love, like the way that a parent will put their baby to sleep. Like with love, with care, with a lullaby, with a little kiss, with like, I love you. Maybe a prayer if that's something that you do. It's sweet. And so there's this energy of, well, again, I'm hearing like, hush, little baby, don't you cry. Or don't say, I don't remember, but that lullaby. There's just this energy of love, allowing yourself to understand that you have not moved 10 steps backwards. But you can regress into the energy of giving your burdens to someone else. You don't need to carry everything. Archangel Raphael has showed up to answer your prayers, your intentions, your meditations, your cries, even for some of you, just the whisper in your heart that you trust the universe hears and you don't really verbalize for it. You're about to enter a waxing chapter, and it's going to be focused on this love and this emotional positivity. There's a little piece of you that is questioning whether or not that is delusional or make-believe or fantasy or even psychosis for some of you, the wish, the desire, the belief. Whether you should believe in something, whether it's possible after all of this. And this is where you are asked to gently lay this down. Not because someone's got to do it, so you got to carry it because you're the only one that's going to have your own back, right? But rather it's in a vibe of Archangel Raphael is saying, hey, leave it to me. I've got it. And so there's this clarity that's arising. But you might find that right now you're at a polarizing point where the answer is both yes and no. Because you're arriving at your 0 point. So don't take it too much to heart. Aware that you're in neutrality and you're in balance. But neutrality and balance can have thoughts and emotions and ideas and positivity and negativity too. 0 point is not void of course. It's right on top of course. 0 point is not apathetic. It's balanced. 0 point is not non-existent. It's causal. So understand this moving forward. Give your heart a break if that is available to you. Just with your love, your internal experience, working with Archangel Raphael's and perhaps some of your other guides. Do expect powerful change, but things will occur the way that you deserve them to, which is softly, which is gently, which is lovingly, which is hopeful. You deserve a rest. I'm getting it for some of you, your heart wants to rest, or your soul wants to rest, or you're tired in your bones. Archangel Raphael is saying, indulge. It might not feel like the right thing to do, but someone needs to listen to you. Archangel Raphael is doing so, and is asking you to do that as well. Group number 2, this is your channeled message from Archangel Raphael. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I've got personals available and discounted at this point in time. They're on my spiritual shop on Etsy, Spiritualistik there as well, and on TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, etc. So you can find those links in the description box. If you subscribe to my channel, it helps me keep creating content like this. So please subscribe. It's literally the only thing that allows me to keep showing up, because the algorithm is tricky, especially doing what I do, because it's quite diluted out here and everyone's doing the same thing. Most people are doing the exact same thing, copying each other, chewing it up, spitting it out. So it's easy to get lost in the ocean over here. So if you interact with my video in any way, positively, of course, it certainly helps me out. With that being said, have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Raphael, and you selected the third group with the Surrender to the Divine card. Now this is also full moon energy, as you can see, and the first thing that I'm getting here is to give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack. There are some things that are out of your hands, and it's okay that it's like this. It's meant to be like this. The divine is protecting you, and you're being encouraged to fall back and surrender as much as you can, even though there might be some things around you that aren't necessarily, I'm getting, hitting the mark. I'm getting this vibe of things that seem like they should be your responsibility or under your control simply aren't, even if you're doing everything that you can. And some things that feel like they're not your responsibility at all and should have nothing to do with you are being put on your plate. There's a reason for this, but you are being called to be gracious and gentle with yourself, be kind and loving with yourself, don't push yourself too much, and also trust that right now the energy is quite, I'm getting contraindicative of where you're going or something like this. I'm getting this energy of two polarizing things that are meeting in the center, so it's kind of creating this friction, but through that friction comes creation. With the surrender to the divine energy, there's this vibe of trusting that things are working in your favor. I'm hearing something about having had enough character development, and I'm also noticing this vibe of something kind of reaching its fullest capacity. You might feel like you have been on the edge of burnout. You might feel like you're at capacity. You might feel like you don't have much more bandwidth to go. You might feel that a lot of things are kind of occurring, a lot of events in your life right now. There's a lot going on, a lot more than usual. Maybe there are more people in your life, or you've got a busier schedule, or there's more to stay on top of, more things are changing. So there's a vibe like this coming forward. Archangel Raphael would like to remind you that healing is not your purpose of this life. The purpose of this life is not so that you can heal. It is not so that you can tell yourself that you're broken and there's something that needs to get fixed. And it's not so that you can be hard on yourself. The reason that you are here is not just to learn. You will hear the opposite of that from a lot of people who are not learning outside of that, and that's okay. But after you evolve out of that, everything is surrendered to the divine. The universe is infinitely expanding, which means that you are too. That doesn't mean anything's broken, okay? Archangel Raphael would like to let you know that things that are moving, just because something's moving at a slow pace or has come to a halt, doesn't mean that it's not working in your favor. It doesn't mean that it's not moving, okay? Certain things are occurring in your best interest, and it might not feel like that. For example, say that people leave your life and you're like, okay, I know that that's for the best, or I know it's for divine protection or something like this, but it's not fun, right? It might be that there are certain things that you feel like you need or like you require that literally are your responsibility. They should be in your control, but for some reason it's just not panning out for you, okay? There's a vibe of having the higher understanding. Yes, things are working in my favor. Things are going the best that they can or the best that they should or something like this. Understanding though that your foundation is growing and evolving. Like you know these things. You know what's occurring in your life. But there's also this idea of, okay, so what am I learning? Because I'm not seeing anything that I haven't learned, right? There's almost like this, I'm being shown like it's a review for a test kind of vibe, but it's like not your test. You just happen to be in the room with the review. So you know all the answers. It's almost like I'm being shown someone being a teacher's assistant kind of and you're in the room for the review, and you might be like brushing up on your own knowledge, but you know all of the answers. It's very easy. It's not your test. You don't need to take a test. It's something like this. Let's see. Yeah, Archangel Raphael would like to ask you not to be hesitant in reintroducing something into your life that feels like it could lead you to abundance and clarity, and also I'm getting some relief. Relief is a big one here. Relief, clarity, and something that I'm getting that phrase, what is it? Balances out the scales literally a little bit more. There's something here where, say that you have a spiritual gift, or you have a tool, or you have a resource that if you leverage it will make your life easier. It's giving path of least resistance, but you don't want to take it for some reason. Okay. Maybe, say that let's just use an example, not manifesting this for anyone, but say that you're sick and your doctor gives you medicine, but you really don't want to take medicine. So you're kind of like pushing through it. But if you take the medicine, you'll feel better and your life will be easier. This can be something where, say that you have a lot of money, right? And you want to, maybe you want to start a business, but you want to start a business and you want to be successful at it because you're really good at what you do, not because you invested a lot of money into it, not because you maybe used your network, right? Maybe you know a lot of people, but you'd rather do it on your own rather than use your resources, your network, right? There's something like this. You're being encouraged to utilize your abundance to thrive, because there's a reason you have the resources that you do. There's a reason why you are the person that you are. Some people have certain strengths and weaknesses and others have others. Some people have certain resources and others have others. There are always going to be things that seem unfair when you zoom in, and when you zoom out, all things are balanced. However, life is short, the universe is big. Archangel Raphael would like to let you know that he's the one whispering in your ear. I'm hearing that song, "The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow." If there are any like songs or words of encouragement, or even like love songs that are like, "You're so amazing, I love this, you're beautiful, keep your chin up, keep your head up," things like that, these are coming from Archangel Raphael. Specifically, if you feel as though you are channeling messages of like love, maybe not romance, but like you're receiving messages of unconditional love from someone, maybe like energetically, telepathically, spiritually, specifically through music or something like this, and maybe you can't really put your finger on who it's coming from. It's coming from Archangel Raphael, who also wants to let you know to pay attention to your dreams, specifically what is imprinted when you wake up from your dreams. Is there a song stuck in your head? Is there a feeling imprinted on your heart? Is there a realization that you had? Is there someone that was in your dream that made a special guest appearance that is sticking with you when you wake up? Okay, if there's a song stuck in your head, listen to the song, maybe write it down. If there's a person in your head, maybe think about your connection with them, what you've learned or how it feels, right? Things like this. To allow the subconscious to come to the conscious mind and simply bring it forward, to allow it to process, not to do, not to change, not to fix, not to heal, simply to bring the subconscious into the conscious, allow them to interact a bit more. It seems as though you are moving forward in life a lot. Archangel Raphael wants to give you assurance that you are headed on the right path and that things are going to begin to clean up for you quickly, and you're going to progress forward. You're going to have a lot more fun and a lot more stability in the near future as well. I'm being shown like a little kid. So funny. I'm being shown like a little kid wearing adult clothes, like super, super, super baggy pants that are way too big on them. They're like tripping over them. Like, so you might feel a little bit like you've got a lot of responsibility right now, where you might kind of feel like a child of the divine, but emphasis on the child part, where it's like you have to surrender to the divine so much, like you almost have to trust like a parent, right? You trust the parent is going to show up and feed you and pick you up from school and buy you new clothes when you need new ones, and take care of you in this sense. So allowing that reliance on the divine is something that you're being encouraged to be more open to, not to become codependent on, not to become reliant on, not to need to maneuver by using certain manifestation techniques, but rather to simply trust that it is there even when you don't see it. Archangel Raphael would like to let you know that things are shifting for you right now, specifically when it comes to the things that have objectively been unjust, unfair for you recently. It seems as though I'm hearing someone say like cut the crap, and I'm being shown the Ace of Swords while I say this. There's something here where you are maybe like waiting for people to act right, but not those people, just people in general. You might be waiting for people to be honest with you. Not those people, but just people in general. You might be waiting for people to be straightforward with you. Maybe not those people, but people in general, right? There's a little bit of this vibe of, I wish other people had clarity. I wish other people were in integrity. I wish other people told the truth. I wish other people had clarity and love and light and were straightforward and communicated well. I wish other people, I wish other people knew what was going on, so I didn't need to dilute myself in order to have a conversation with them, and then they don't even get to see me and I see them clearly. There's definitely this vibe of you being a miracle to everyone, but nobody being that for you. Not because maybe not because they don't want to, but because they can't hold that capacity. So you are at capacity, but so are the people around you. It's like when you're too big for people with a smaller capacity, but also because of this, you're then spreading yourself thin among a lot of people with low capacity. And because of that, it's not fair for you. You're at capacity and no one's pouring back into you. At least not in the ways that honor you. And it's not personal, but Archangel Raphael would like to let you know here that your hard work is going to be paying off. Also, the amount of effort, like sheer determination and effort, I'm getting picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and putting one foot in front of the other, trying again, or the amount of energy, exertion, the amount of love, the amount of effort, the amount of trial and error, just the sheer amount of effort that you have put in to something, or maybe everything, is not going unseen, right? And I want to let you know here that there's a clear message coming through about you not being compared to others who do not carry the same burdens as you, okay? And you should not do that either. Be gracious with yourself. Be kind with yourself. You're on your own timeline. If you can, I'm getting one thing, not to push yourself to be I just say eye level with others, for lack of a better term. However, if you are eye level with people who are not dealing with the things that you are dealing with, imagine how amazing you actually truly are. And it's not telling you to push yourself in order to arrive at this place. Rather, it's saying that you have so much love, so much grace, so much potential that you are utilizing. However, you're also working a lot harder than your peers. A lot. You're working a lot harder. Maybe it's on your self-growth. Maybe it's on your healing. Maybe it's on your health. Maybe it's at your job. Maybe it's at your school. You're working so much harder than every other person in that room with you. Because you have to if you want to stay in that room. However, from a spiritual perspective, from an energetic perspective, you supersede those energies by lifetimes. And it might feel unfair that that is not seen or recognized or acknowledged. But there is a new beginning here for you. You will receive some sort of, I'm getting award or accommodation or acknowledgement or special treatment is what I'm receiving. Because you deserve it. Because you didn't have it when you needed it, and you watched people who did not need it take yours. That being said, please use your resources. The ones that will make you feel better. The ones that you can utilize in order to take the path of least resistance, or at least less resistance. To make the process of taking that friction and creating from it at least a little more comfortable on you, on your mind, your soul, your emotions, your body. And Archangel Raphael wants to tell you that you have stability and fun on the way, and you no longer need to sacrifice one for the other. Not spiritually, not karmically, not materially, not emotionally, not mentally. Yes, someone's got an eye on you. I'm getting there's a reason that your jaw has been feeling tight lately. Speak your truth or own your truth, or yes, you should have spoken your truth. It was the truth. It was your truth. Something like this. You are, because you are in the same room with whoever you are in the same room with, Archangel Raphael wants to let you know that yes, you might be seen or grouped together with whoever else is in that room. It might be a self-identifier, it might be a culture, it might be a language, it might be a job, it might be anything, right? We can utilize a lot of micro labels or bigger labels in this life. It's a very human thing to do. Just because you are in the same room with a lot of people does not mean that you are one of them, and this is something that you've known for a long time. You have been identified falsely out of others' lack of clarity, which caused you to have clarity in yourself more deeply, but also become more guarded about speaking your truth, owning your truth, loving your truth, because it would not allow you to coexist in a happy dynamic or a comfortable dynamic with the other people in this room. Or perhaps it would allow others to ostracize or judge you, and if you're already at capacity, then there's no more wiggle room. Archangel Raphael is saying that you have felt for a very long time that every single thing that you did matters. Life or death. No mistakes. Room for no mistakes. But you see others being absolutely insane, wild, out of integrity, and seemingly thriving, achieving. Use your resources. This is an integrity. There is no prize for doing things the hard way. There's no prize for not experiencing what you deserve. There's no prize in keeping yourself materially, energetically, emotionally, mentally broke, in any manifestation of such. There is no pride in not having fun, not enjoying yourself, not thriving, not experiencing magic. There are a lot of things that you have experienced, a lot of which most people in that room with you never will. This has made you who you are. It's made you unique. Yet still you dream of being in a room full of people like you, actually like you. You're still seeking them, but continue to speak your truth. You'll find that closer than you think, but further than you're comfortable, you will find what resonates with you. Archangel Raphael wants to let you know that as you still seek some clarity and answers, trust in the process, surrender to the divine, and remember the divine within yourself. Not in the sense where there's even more that you can do, even bigger and greater and grander you can be, but rather you wouldn't ask the divine to work that hard. You wouldn't. You wouldn't ask the divine to go through all that. You wouldn't. You wouldn't let the divine push themselves the way you push yourself. You wouldn't let your best friend do to themselves what you do to yourself. You wouldn't let your beloved treat themselves the way that you treat yourself. But the difference is that they would have you. You have the divine like this. You have Archangel Raphael like this. Please never forget this, even on the dark days, the gloomy days, the difficult days when things are working in your favor, and especially when they're not. Things are going to be progressing quite quickly for you. But until then, allow yourself to find happiness, patience, sure, but they will take off quickly. As they do, understand that the truth is that hard work pays off. Even if you don't always see it, you are making progress. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just like you hold the light at the end of the tunnel for so many others, you give the last puzzle piece to many who have been seeking lifetimes. This exists out there for you as well. The parent is once a child. But sometimes, just sometimes, one will experience it the other way around. group number 3. This is your channeled message from Archangel Raphael. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps me to keep making content. I love you and I'm grateful for you. If you'd like a one-on-one with me, they are discounted during the holiday season, so from now until January 2026. Specifically over Black Friday, they are the most discounted, so it's my little way to say thank you and give back for the holidays. So that's on my Etsy shop. I've got a spiritual store there. It's all in the description box below. If you'd like more content, I post on Patreon. I've got a membership channel here on YouTube. I post on TikTok, and you can find me on Instagram too. I love you. If you'd like to meditate with me, that's the first link in the description box below. It's a wonderful resource, so I highly recommend checking that out, putting it in your pocket. It's 21 guided meditations from beginner to advanced, around 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and they're good for everybody, regardless of your level or your comfort meditating. And yeah, so have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.